All right, good morning, everybody. We're in that wonderful time of year when you don't know if you want to wear shorts or if you want to wear pants. You just grab a hoodie and cross your fingers. Heels up, right, then left, right, and left. So keep going. Can you hear the music now? Okay. All right, we're gonna bring those arms up and we're gonna have our legs lift. If that ever happens, it's because I forgot to hit a button. You can always do this, and it usually gets my attention if I have like 10 people doing that. All right, hamstring curls, tricep press it back. Nice, good reach. Think about trying to pop a balloon behind your knee, kick yourself in the tush. Good, 4, 3, 2. All right, we're gonna tap it out to the side, reach right to the front. Good, 4, 2, reach it up and overhead. So a little bit of a side bend. We're starting to wake up the shoulders. So be nice. You don't have to get super high. Good, 4, 3, 2. All right, toes to the back. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. We got to keep our bellies in so we're not arching our low back. So we're trying to squeeze the upper back. We're trying to squeeze the buns, but we keep the tummy tight in the front. Lift the knees. We're going to take it for our shoulder rotations. Start to wake up the core. If you don't want to rotate, you're just going to do a nice good wide march. 4, 3, slow deadlift. Hinge it forwards, stand up nice and tall. So feet about hip width apart, maybe more shoulder width apart. Rotate from the pelvis and then lift up. We're gonna speed it up right here. Hinge and lift. And ribs tucked, bellies in. Just push the hips back and then pull them under. Tailbone to the wall behind you, tailbone to the floor. Nice and tall, slow squat, sit back, and then push through. So a little bit more of an upright chest here, a little bit more knee bend. We're gonna speed it up, down, and up. Now you don't have to go super, super deep. You can have your hands wherever is comfortable, but we wanna make sure we're not turning it into another deadlift, right? 2, forward step and reach. Take it forward and pull. You can start to drop the back knee down towards the floor. A little bit more of a lunge. 4, 3, 2. Step it to the side, side lunge. Hold it in place. Nice, good side to side. 4, 3, 2. Hold it in the center, cat-cow, inhale, exhale. So this is all pelvic movement, gentle arch of the back, gentle round, or just belly breathe. Bring it all the way up, step together. We're gonna do a nice good side step, press it back. Focus on the pressing back more than the bringing it towards the front. 4, 3, jumping jacks, out and in, so tap right here. Low impact or high. We are just warming up, so you can do low impact here, and then when we go actually to the workout, you can take it high impact if you want. In the center, heel bounces, mini jumps. You don't have to actually jump. I want you to think soft knees. If you want to jump, great. If you don't, that's okay too. 4, 3, jog or power march. This is your last exercise for the warm-up. And then we're gonna get into our actual workout. So today we have 8 exercises, cardio and strength, 60 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. All right, march it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders. And we're gonna do 2 rounds of that, and then we're gonna go down to the floor. We have a core finisher. If you don't wanna go to the floor, you don't have to. You'll just modify and do a standing exercise instead. So we've got side-stepping squats with a front raise. So we're going to squat, front raise, squat, front raise. Just watch your legs to make sure we're not knocking our knees We're taking our legs out, doing kind of weird things. Step out, center, squat, front raise in the middle. Clapping jumping jacks, lunges with bicep curls, hamstring curls with a pull down. We're gonna do press back with the kickback in the middle, little upper body. We're gonna do skater, skater, jog or sidestep, skater, skater, jog or sidestep. Renegade rows is hold a plank and do rows, or stay standing and do rows, and then plank walkouts, and you can do step backs with your hands on a chair, or you can do a farmer's carry. But I want you to try to get into a plank in some way, shape, or form. But grab a dumbbell or two that you feel comfortable doing a squat and a front raise. So you can do 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, your choice, 60 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So step out to the side, squat, front raise in the middle, squat, front raise. I want you to think about maybe going a little slow. So I know sometimes we start going really fast. I want you to go a little slower, especially when you do that front raise. So we're working our core here. We want to think shoulders over hips. So we want to make sure we're not leaning and swinging, or we're not coming up and arching our back. So down, use the muscles, use those shoulders. Now this is a minute. So if you need to, squat, right, squat, left. So you can always alternate, especially if you're doing singles. But if you can, slow and steady, this is your strength. Heart rate is gonna come up, but our goal is working on some muscle. 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down. We're gonna do jumping jacks with a clap in the front. 3, 2, and 1. So out, nice good clap in the front. Go at your own speed. It can be a little slower if it needs to be. Again, this is your cardio. Imagine you've got that resistance band. Nice good pull. So pull the band. So that means we squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. So we're working front and back and shoulders. I can tell it's been a while since we've done a minute, because I'm like, this just seems like it's taking forever. So rest when you need to, it's okay. And if you need to, take those arms down. I just want you to keep moving. And we're only doing 2 rounds of this, and we have another exercise after this, so we're good. We got 8 exercises before we have to do it again. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lunges with bicep curls. Lunges with bicep curls. Forward or reverse, your choice. Right here. So option 1, lunge, stand, bicep curl. Lunge, stand, bicep curl. Option 2, lunge, curl at the bottom, and then step back or step forwards. If you've got issues with your knees, do a step back lunge. Do I want you to practice stepping forward? Yes. But if you're having a bad knee day, I want you to step it back. We just naturally kind of keep our knee where it should be when we do that, usually. Good, we got 15 seconds. We're gonna go for hamstring curls. And I want you to try to do a pull down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, dumbbells down. Hamstring curls with a pull down. Your pull down does not have to be straight overhead. It can be out at an angle. 2, and 1. So pull and pull. So you can be up at an angle. If you can go overhead, great. Just again, make sure we're not puffing up our chest. And I really want you to think it's not, this is just kind of a really think about it. It's not a push like we're punching the ceiling. I want you to pull and pull. You're trying to crack a walnut under your arms. Again, you can be here. This is okay. If it's really bad, Your shoulders like, nope, I'm out. I just want big arms, okay? This is how we get shoulders without having to actually do shoulders. All right, we got 12 seconds. Back of the arms, press back with a kickback. Think about taking your heel and your elbow close together. 3, 2, and 1. Press back with a kickback. So we take our arms straight back, hold it, bend the elbow, straighten the elbow, and then come forward. 2, and 1. So back, bend, straighten, and lower. This is your strength. Take your time, slow and steady. We don't want to be way up here, elbow pointing to the ceiling. But when we bring our arms back, when we do the hands forward, don't let those elbows drop. So the tricky part with triceps and with working with dumbbells is dumbbells work against gravity. So if I'm here and I come forward this way, I'm doing biceps. Try to keep the elbow pointing back behind you. Keep that lift. This is also getting a little bit of back. Good, we got 12 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down. 2 skaters, so skater, skater, and then a side jog. So that way we alternate sides each time. Here we go. So skater, skater, jogger, march. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Step, step, march or jog. So you can even do step, step, and a double touch if you need to. So you can do single, single, and double. This is just a little challenge for our brains. Big step, little steps. Big, big, and little. Or big, big, and little. Step, step, right here. So we don't have any side lunges or any curtsy lunges today. So this is working inner and outer thighs. This and the jumping jacks. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, Renegade Rows. Hands and knees or plank or stay standing. You're good. So a Renegade Row, you try to hold a plank and do alternating rows. Your time is on. So Renegade Row is right here. This is not for you today. You can absolutely do hands and knees. So if you're feeling okay doing hands and knees versus plank, go for it. If you need to, this one's a little trickier, but you can hold a plank. Just try not to get your buns back, right? If you want to hold the plank, you can hold it right here at an incline. You'll just do one side and then switch the next round. But if you can hold that plank, I'm going to do a bunch on the left because I just did a whole bunch on the right, but you're just going to alternate. You can do one dumbbell, switch hands. So I feel comfortable having my hands on the dumbbell handle, but if you don't, then you're good. Then you can absolutely just have one hand on the floor, pick up the dumbbell, and then switch. 3, 2, and 1. Plank walkout. I'm already on the floor, so I'm going to walk myself back up to standing and then repeat. 2, and 1. So just walk it out, walk it back. And we did not do these in the warm-up today. I knew there was something that I wanted to do that I forgot. This was it. But that's okay, right? Nice, good walkout. And then walk up. If you've got that chair nearby, hands on the seat of the chair, chest stays over the seat. Walk yourself back to a good plank. Walk yourself forwards. Notice, especially on the chair, when I walk back, I'm not walking my entire body back, so my shoulders are way out behind my wrists. You want to try to have the hands on the chair, keep the chest over the chair, hips back, walk up, and stand nice and tall. We've got 15 seconds. We're going to rest, and then we're going to repeat all those exercises again. So hinge, walk it out, walk back up, 2 and 1, good, rest, walk it out, grab a quick drink. We're gonna repeat those exercises again. Now we're warmed up, so hopefully maybe you can bump up your weights a little bit, or you are more than welcome to keep them where they were. So if you can, try to either maintain or maybe go up a little bit. I'm gonna try going up. We'll see how it goes. Because this is shoulders, and shoulders are awesome, right? All right, 60 seconds, side-stepping squats with a front raise. And 3, 2, and 1. So again, 1 dumbbell or 2, side step, lift, side step, lift. And I can definitely tell this is a little heavier. Remember, this is core work, not just legs and shoulders. The heavier the dumbbells get, when you lift them out in front of you, your core has to stabilize your spine to keep you from falling over. It also keeps your spine protected. If you're just using 1 dumbbell, that's okay too. Hold it on the ends. I just like doing 2 because it means each arm has to work independently on its own. Again, if you get tired, we have 15 seconds left, then you just sidestep, lift, 1 dumbbell in front. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down, clapping jumping jacks. So this is working chest and back and a little bit of shoulder. So open, close, squeeze the shoulder blades together. I like palms facing forwards, thumbs pointing up to the ceiling. I've rotated from my shoulder to open up my chest, and I'm trying to keep my arms parallel to the floor. I know sometimes we start dropping it down. This feels easier. Try to keep them parallel to the floor. If you can't, I want you to bend the elbows a little, but still try to keep your hands up. So this may take a little pressure off of those arms, or go slower. Yes, this is an option. Go slower. If you want to take it up full jumping jacks, all the way up, open and close. 10 seconds, lunges with bicep curls. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lunges, bicep curls, forward or reverse, both arms, or you can alternate. 2, and 1. So I'm again going forward, step, stand, and curl. I'm going a little heavier for my biceps. It's also good for my legs. So if you're like me and you start to feel it, you step, you stand, single curl. If you're going lighter dumbbells, I want you to try to keep doing both as long as you can. So good step forward, drop the back knee towards the floor. Yes, your knee is going to move forwards. We just don't want to step and push it forwards. Shouldn't feel like you're getting a really, really big calf stretch. Good, we've got about 12 seconds. Four, 3, 2, 1. All right, we have hamstring curls with pull downs. 2 and 1. So think about taking your elbow back towards your hip or back towards your heel. So can you get that dumbbell towards the heel on the same side? This one, especially if we really try to get all the way up, we start to flare out our ribs, pull them in, and then drive. This is working those muscles that pull your shoulder blades down and in. This is a good one. Shoulder health. You just got to find the way that works for you. And if you really need to, again, if you just got to focus on heart rate today, less shoulders, big arms. Got 15 seconds. We're gonna go press backs and kickbacks. So shoulders away from the ears. I know they're burning. Mine are a little. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press backs with a kickback. So back of the shoulder, back of the arm, 2, and 1. And if you need to, alternate back, forward, back, down, switch sides, back, forward, back, and down. So reach, in, out, slow lower. So nice, good reach. Really focus back of the arm. So we're lifting with the back of our shoulder, top of our tricep. Bend, tricep again, and then down. This one, these are little muscles. I'm using 8s, and that's about all I can handle. But think about keeping those elbows pointing right back behind you. Less than 10 seconds to go. You've got 2 skaters and a side jog. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, 2 skaters and a side jog. 3, 2, and 1. So skater, skater, travel to the side. So single, single, double, single, single, and then a bunch of itty bitty ones. Big step, jogger march. So it's a little crab shuffle, little crab jog side to side. We do this in strong on Fridays. Something kind of like this one. We do 4 skaters and then 4 triples. Remember, you can keep it small, you can keep it low impact. Just try to keep going quick. So step, step, nice, good jog. Good, we've got 12 seconds, and we're gonna go for our Renegade Rows or standing rows. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Renegade Rows or standing rows. Either one is completely good with me. 2 and 1. So your first option for rows, hands and knees, and you pull, still driving towards your hips. So a lot of times we're here and we start pulling up towards our shoulders. Pull a little down and back towards your pelvis. Make it a little bit harder. Walk your knees back so they're behind your hips. Hold a knee plank. Make it harder. Hold a toe plank. 30 seconds to go. The nice thing about this, you don't have to do a toe plank the whole time. Do a toe plank, then switch to a knee, then switch to hands and knees. You modify. This is just a little extra core work. Less than 10 seconds. We've got plank walkouts. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Plank walkouts. I'm already down on the ground. I'm just gonna stay here, and I'll start with a walking up versus a walking out and down. Here we go. So if you need to, walk your hips to your heels, roll yourself up, and come to standing. So you can drop to your knees, walk it back, roll it up, and stand. What I want you to try to work on is using your legs to help you stand versus your low back. And I know that's sometimes hard to think about, but instead, so like here, if I walk it back and I'm rounding and I'm pushing and then I lift here, I'm using my back. I want you to try to use your legs, which means I want you to try to get rolled back and try to get your feet under you the best you can and stand. If you're doing full plank, staying on your toes, you're doing a deadlift. Deadlift, forward fold, good hamstrings, good braced core. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Walk around. Grab a drink. Okay, that will work. I was a little confused for a minute. I'm like, we're not gonna have a tough time. We are gonna have enough time. All right, we're gonna head down to the floor. You can stay standing. We're gonna be on our tummies or on our buns. So we do not have any hands and knees. So if that makes a difference for you. We're gonna do shoulder drills. If you've got a wall, do these against a wall. If you can do them on the floor, tummy or back is fine. We're basically just gonna do our snow angels. Then we have a V-sit with the knee in. If you're standing, you're gonna march. Russian twists. You can do rotations, you can do a wide march, you can do a dumbbell side to side. The iso crunch with leg lowers, if you're standing, you have mummy kicks. Bridges is gonna be a deadlift. Side bends, if you're standing, you're gonna be here. Scissors, stand nice and tall, you're gonna do side leg lifts without a weeble wobble. And then the oblique toe touch is you're gonna do a corner to corner mummy. So that's if you're staying standing. The rest of us are gonna come down onto the floor and we're gonna do basically it's a prone snow angel. We're just gonna work on some shoulders, but this is also working glutes and core. 60 seconds, one round just like the rest in 3, 2, and 1. So we just find a nice neutral position, palms facing down, hovering over the floor, take it out to the side, rotate from the shoulders, palms face up, bring those thumbs down to your hips. Take it out to the side, rotate, and try to bring it back overhead. So what I want you to try to work on, and for some of you this may be really hard, but especially when we go overhead, don't bend your elbows to bring your fingers together. Use your shoulders to bring the fingers together. That may mean that you stop out here. This is shoulder work, working the back of the shoulders. This is also a little shoulder mobility. You do not have to be 8 inches off the floor. Just a couple is perfectly okay. Glutes are squeezed. You can have something under your forehead. You don't have to have your head super lifted up. I'm gonna lift up just for the last 5 seconds or so. 2 and 1. Let's go ahead, flip it over. V-sit with a knee in. 1 knee or 2. 1 knee or 2. Hands can be supporting you. We're nice and tall. We're just going to lift and lift right here. So we don't have to be way back here and feel like you're falling over, but we don't want to be rounded with our shoulders kind of towards our knees. Shoulders down, little C curve with your tummy. Nice, good hold. Hands can be here. Lift and lift. If you want to make it harder, both knees come in, both knees go down. Lift and down, but again, trying not to rock. Use those abs. Think about hips come a little bit closer to the ribs. Knees come a little bit closer to the chest. Some of this is a little bit of balance. If you need to, alternate. This is good. We can alternate. 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Russian twist. You don't have to have weights. You can if you want to. It can start out little, knee to knee, or take it thigh to thigh. Your time is officially on. If you want to grab a weight, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Rotate and rotate. So again, you can just be doing itty bitty ones, or you can just hold. You can just hold. So just rotate and rotate. If you need to give yourself a little bit of break, you sit up nice and tall. I feel my hip flexors still a little bit from last week. Not nearly as bad, but I can tell they're like, hey, we worked hard last week. Why are you making us work again today? We've got 20 seconds, and then we're gonna hold a crunch or a dead bug, and we're gonna do a leg lower, alternating. 10 seconds. We're gonna be on our backs. We're gonna give ourselves a break. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, all the way down onto our backs. Option 1, you just hold a dead bug, so brace your core. Option 2, lift and hold, and we're gonna do an alternating leg lower. So down, lift, down, lift. So we don't wanna push our chin up towards the ceiling or tuck our chin and look down at our thighs. We're lifting our shoulders, we're just holding, lower and lift. You can keep your upper body down. We're still trying to pull the belly in. So we just wanna try not to get this dome because we're pushing our tummies out. So we're trying to keep it, it's tense and it's a little pushed out, but it's also a little bit pulled in. And I know that sounds really weird, but we're trying to tighten. So we don't want to push it out and make a dome, but we don't have to suck it in and make a bowl. We're just trying to find that happy medium. We've got 15 seconds, and we're gonna do bridges. So we're gonna work glutes. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. We still have to brace our core. Tuck the ribs a little bit of a tail feather tuck so your tailbone points towards your heels. And we're just gonna lift up into a nice good bridge. You can lift and hold. You can lift and lower. It's completely up to you. So you decide what feels good today. We're bracing our core. So again, finding that middle space between pushing out and pulling in. It's just tightening up. And every time we lift our hips, we lift all the way up to our shoulder. So sometimes we lift our hips and then we lift up to our tummy or lift up to our low back and then we finish. I want you to try to lift it all as one piece. Remember, we're doing everything once. After this, we have 3 more exercises, and then we're gonna stretch. So if you're standing, you're just gonna do those body weight deadlifts. They call them good mornings. 7 seconds. Here's 2 and 1. All right, we're gonna do side bend. So option 1, lift. Reach for the heel, center, and down. Option 2, your time is on. You're gonna try to stay up as you do your little side bends. If you need to rest in the middle, that's okay. So you lift, reach for the heel, center, and down. Just depends on how your abs are feeling today. Sometimes this is our more neck, and it bothers our neck a little bit more. If you're standing, you're just gonna take your legs a little bit wide, and you're gonna do side bends. They don't have to be big. I don't expect you to reach your calf. You may not even reach your knee. Just imagine your back is against a wall, and you're sliding your hand down, keeping your back against that wall. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, rest. We're gonna take our upper body down, no lifting. We're gonna take our legs up straight, and we're going to go out, cross, out, cross. Your time is on. Your legs are straight, so we kind of squeeze those quads, lock out those knees. All movement is going to come from your hips, so we don't wanna have bent knees and just crisscrossing our feet. Now we want to try to keep our toes pointing towards the ceiling. And I know if you're really tight, that may be tricky, but if you try to take your legs farther out, it's actually more stress on your low back. So I want you to try to keep them up as much as you can. And even if you have to keep them bent, we're still keeping our knees over our hips. This just reminds me of Suzanne Summers and her Thigh Master. But we're getting a little bit of core in addition to inner and outer thigh. Good, 10 seconds. Here's 2 and 1. Last exercise is an oblique toe touch. You can take your legs up. If that is not comfortable for you, you can have your feet on the ground, and you're just gonna reach for your opposite knee if your feet are down, or reach for your opposite toe if you can reach it up and over. So on your back, a little more spine safe. but it's just a nice good reach. Go nice and slow. I am all for quality over quantity. We don't have to speed through these. Most of us, that's not what we need. If your legs are getting tired, your hips are getting tired, you're gonna reach it up and over towards the opposite knee or opposite thigh. Really think about shoulder going diagonally towards the knee or towards the toes. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. You can give yourself a nice good hug. Pull the knees into the chest. Let the upper body rest. You can do a little wobble side to side. So you can just hug your knees, let them go side to side. A little wiggle. Or just give yourself a nice good hug. Let's bring it in. We're gonna roll over onto our tummies. And we're just gonna do a nice good stretch, resting on your tummy. If you're standing, you can do the one where you put your hands on the tops of your hips and push your hips down. We're just trying to stretch out the front of our body. You could just rest your chin on your hands. We shouldn't feel a lot of pain or pressure in our low back. We just did a lot of abs and some hip flexors, so we're gonna stretch those out. And take a nice deep breath. And again, if you're standing, put your hands on the shelf of your glutes on the top and then just push down on your glutes. That will naturally push your hips forwards and it'll keep pressure off of that back. All right, let's take the hands underneath the shoulders. We're gonna press ourselves up and back. Child's pose. If you're staying standing, you can have your hands against a wall. If you're standing especially, I want you to keep your knees as bent as you need to so that you can try to drop your ears between your elbows. So we're stretching out underneath the arms. Again, little wiggle side to side. Let's bring it up to hands and knees. And we're just going to do hip circles. So we're just going to inhale, gentle arch of the back, go to the right, exhale, bring it up in the middle, and then go to the left. Think about doing a hula hoop. Good, now we're going to change direction. So upper body nice and steady, just nice good circles up and around. Let's walk our hips back towards our heels. We're going to come to a half kneeling position. And we're going to do a little more hip flexors. If you're standing, you're just going to be in a lunge position. Tuck your tail and then just do a little push forwards. You can press and hold, or if you want to do a forward and back, that's completely up to you. So a little bit more of a stretch, back leg. Squeezing the glutes helps protect your low back, and it also tells the muscle on the opposite side to relax. So when the one in the back is tight, it tells the one in the front that it needs to relax and loosen up. Good, let's switch over to the other side. Same thing, so just nice good half kneeling or lunge position. Tuck your tail, squeeze your glutes. Option 1, press the hip forward. Option 2, press it forward and then take it back. Good, here's 3. And 2, and 1. Let's take that front leg. We're going to pull it up and back and come up to a nice good standing position. Take your right arm, give yourself a nice good pat on the back. And then if you want, you can take your other arm And you're going to try to bring it up and see if they can meet in the middle. If they can, amazing. If they can't, just know that you've got a little bit of shoulder work. And it's going to depend. Sometimes you have one shoulder that's great and the other shoulder not so much. Bring it down. Let's take the other arm up. Same thing, just a nice good pat on the back. And if you want to, take your other hand back. The real test is, what is the difference between your right side and your left side? Is there a little bit of a discrepancy, or is there a big one? Good. Arms down, thumbs pointing forwards. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Shoulders down, ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up. We're going to look to the right, look to the left. Bring it in the center, big breath in, spread the fingers, spread the toes, and exhale. Good, big breath in. And you are all done.